What do you do when the weather outside is just too crappy to go out and shoot pictures? Well, I have a few ideas because here where I live right now, it is about 10 degrees Fahrenheit and there's about 10 inches of snow everywhere. Here are a few things you can do inside where it's warm. You can take your camera and just go around your house and shoot pictures. Learn how to set the settings yourself and put it in manual mode, and finally learn how to shoot in manual mode. Another really good idea is to do an ISO test. Everybody's model of camera is going to be a little bit different, so take your camera, put it in manual mode or some mode that lets you change the ISO, and do a test. All it takes is a shot at 100, 200, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64, and whatever else it goes to, and do that succession of shots in a somewhat well lit area, and then do it in a very dark, dim area, because it's going to be a little bit different, the noise levels, and see what those noise levels are. Actually put those on your computer and look at them and see what the capability of your camera is as far as ISO goes. That way, when you get into a situation where you need or want to get a picture of something and you need a higher ISO, you're going to know, hey, my camera only goes up to a certain level, and after that it's just the pictures are just too noisy. Don't forget that a lot of people have, you know, antiques or old cars or cool modern art, sculptures, decorations in their house that you may see every day, but if you take a picture of it just right, it could make a really cool picture that a lot of people would be interested in. That's some of the stuff you can do inside. You can take it one more level and set up somewhat of a small studio or a small area in a spare bedroom or a garage or something like that. If you get on YouTube and look around a little bit, there are people that have been cool enough to show themselves setting up shots. And all they're using really, the most that they're using is a table, a couple of lights, a flash, you know, some light stands, a pane of glass, some whiteboard, some blackboard, maybe a reflector, some tissue paper, you know, stuff you can get at an arts and crafts store or a home improvement store. Get a couple of shop lights with light bulbs that simulate daylight or white light, and you know, that along with a flash, maybe a light stand. You know, that's all these people are using, and you can get all that stuff I just mentioned for not very expensive, and you can get a little bit at a time. You know, just get a couple things that you need for a certain shoot, and then maybe get a couple things, and then you'll have all of it after a while. This light stand, though, for instance, I got this light stand that folds up to be very small. It's actually like a 10-foot light stand. And this little piece right here that you can attach a flash to, and this umbrella. I got those three items for 30 bucks on the internet. So it'd be cool to have a couple of these around. Very cool. So that's all these people are using, and you can get all kinds of shots. Just with a flash alone, your potential is unlimited almost. You can bounce it off the ceiling, shoot it straight at your subject, build a snoot that directs the light to the background or right at your subject, or diffuse the light, put gels on the flash. I mean, and you can get small, you know, what do they call them? Strobist kits for not very much money on eBay or whatever. So set up a small area. Light tent is another good thing that you can either buy or you can make out of a cardboard box and some tissue paper. So that's an idea. Get a little home studio going. And look around on YouTube for some ideas, because there are all kinds of ideas, and you can take those ideas and put your own twist on them, or use those as a starting point and build on them, or just try to simulate the exact shot, for that matter. There are a lot of cool things, a lot of cool people here on YouTube that have been good enough to do that for us. So there are a couple of ideas. Learn your camera, set up a small studio. Every digital photographer needs to back up their pictures and video. You can get something like this, and I have videos on this and this. In fact, I have a two-parter on this one of me buying it, putting it together, how it works, how I put it together, and these are very nice. This kind, you just plug into your computer and copy your pictures to this. It is so easy. You can train a monkey to do it. And then there's this kind that is the same idea, but you need to order a bare hard drive and just slide it in, put a few screws in, learn how to use external serial ATA. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes, and do the same thing much, much faster than with the other kind. But I have both, and I use both. But something like this is very good. It's the Rosewill external hard drive, if you want to watch it. I have a video on it, and this is very good. This is my favorite, one of my favorite computer components I've got. I love it. So back up those pictures and videos. And while I'm on the subject of backup, a lot of people are using Windows 7. But even if you're using Windows Vista, almost every version of Windows 7, if it's Home Premium or above, has imaging. If you just simply hit the Windows key and type in BAC and hit enter, in the upper left hand corner it says create a system image. And all you need to do is plug in your hard drive, do that, hit that button, create a system image, and it will detect your hard drive, and you can create a whole image of your whole computer with your photos and videos already there. Then if your computer dies or you get a virus or something like that, you will have this to restore everything. And if you just do that every week or two, then you'll be set. So there are a few good ideas. Actually, I have a video on that, on creating a system image in Windows 7. If you want to watch that, exactly how to do it, the steps to take and everything. So if you want to watch that, you're more than welcome to. But don't let bad weather stop you from enjoying your hobby and learning and still getting good pictures. And I need to take some of my own advice and do some of that stuff, like set up a small home studio. But I've turned my spare bedroom into a computer lab. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 computers in here, and it's a computer lab. So I don't have a lot of room for a small home studio, but you never know. Maybe one day I will. I have a light tent though, and I can set that on a kitchen table and get pretty good pictures. So there are a few ideas. If you have any others, leave a comment, and have a great day. We'll talk to you next time.